Thank you. So thank you so much, Zelda, you and Adrian for hosting this call. I'm so excited for the people that um, look at as visionaries. And I'm just so excited that you see the vision for what we're doing here. And I'll kind of tell my story as we go along, but I just want the people on the call to know that, I have such a wealth of respect for you all, just knowing what you all are doing to impact the community. And when you saw this, you saw how it was going to help so many people in so many different ways. We'll examine that a little bit more as we go along, but I will let you know that we're really excited to have all of you on the call. And I'm going to tell a little bit more about my story as we go along. Again, my name is Verdita Monk. I'm out of Atlanta, Georgia. My husband and I are partnered with a company called LifeWave. And I'm going to let me do this real quick. We're partnered with a company called LifeWave, and the way we got involved with this company was we were introduced through a friend of ours, and you're going to hear more about that in a minute, but we were introduced through a friend of ours that shared this technology with us. Matter of fact, it is a very, very tiny piece of technology. It's in the form of a patch. And as you can see, it's about the size of of a quarter and thin, just like a Band-Aid, but it's very, very powerful. He wanted us to try that patch. And we were literally about to go out of town. And because he was so emphatic about us trying it, just putting on our body, we did it out of obedience. When we had heard, we were on a call similar to this, and we heard some phenomenal testimonies. We just couldn't believe what we heard. So we decided we were going to try this patch, but we didn't think that we needed it because we didn't feel like we were sick or had any type of pain or anything like that in our bodies. But when we tried the patch, let me tell you what happened. My husband, who had a sleeping disorder for over 10 years, he snored like a bear, he choked, and he coughed all night long for about 10 years. And of course, you can imagine how annoying that was for me. I would beat him on his back thinking he was going to choke himself to death. That's what it was like, literally. And it was scary and it was uncomfortable. That particular night, my husband did not snore anymore. That's been 2.5 years ago. So you got to imagine for him to stop snoring that night, it really caught us attention because the next morning I woke up and I realized that I had slept all night. That's never happened in 10 years. It happened again the next night. And that's when we realized it had to have been the patch. And that's been 2.5 years ago. So when that happened, those first 2 nights, it touched us to the extent that not only is this patch doing what it did for us, but it's doing it for so many other people. Like I said, we'd heard other testimonies, and you're going to hear some of those tonight. We decided that everybody needed to know about it, and we decided to take this with a passion, with a vengeance. We wanted to help everybody, and the rest is history. So what we're going to share with you tonight is not only that some more information about that technology, but also how you can take advantage of it and help some other people as well. But Adrian and Zelda looked at you all as visionaries, and that's the reason you've been invited to this call. So by the time we get off this call, you're going to feel very confident that you're going to have freedom with your health, whether if you're dealing with anything or any type of health issues. If it's not you, maybe somebody in your family, but you're going to see how what we're going to share with you is going to take care of that. You're also going to find out how you can experience financial freedom as well as time freedom. I don't care what kind of work you do, it's always some aspect of it that is not free for you. Like, I know when I worked in corporate America, I always excelled at everything I did, but I was never able to be rewarded for my efforts. And so to be able to make all the money you want to make and be able to do it at your free will, the time you want to put into it, is phenomenal. Time freedom, being able to do the things you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, and the way you want to do it. You're going to find out how you can do all those by the end of this call. So we're going to talk about a product that's way ahead of its time, you guys. This technology that I just told you about, called the X39 stem cell reactivation patch. And this is going to harness light to heal your body But why are we talking about this? Let me tell you, first of all, stem cell technology is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Billions of dollars are spent every year on researching stem cell, the stem cell industry. And it's because doctors say that if you can allow your body to heal itself with the reactivation of stem cells, you know, they were just trying a way to find a way to do that. But they, you know, one scientist, Lauren Picard, years ago said there's no way that we can come up with a solution for that. So they've been literally researching this for years, and no one could ever do it. And this because they realized that stem cell is the way to go. So by the time we're 30, half of the stem cells that are in our body go dormant. And by the time we're 60, 90% of them are dormant. And so therefore, since stem cells are the tissues and organs in our bodies that are intended to is the body's intended repair system, if they're dormant, there's nothing for us to heal ourselves with. And that's why, you know, the stem cell patch is so important. But the less stem cells that you have, the slower your body's going to heal. And the more we're going to feel the effects of aging. And so I want to make sure that you understand we're not here to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. We're simply letting you know that this is going to reboot your body and so that your body can heal itself. Now, how does this patch work? It's very, very simple. It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. I want you to think about when you go out into the sun. When you go out into the sun, the vitamin D of your body is elevated. And it's because the rays of the sun. But you don't need the sun when you wear this patch. What you need is the light and heat of your own body. And when the light and heat of your body reflect on these nanocrystals that are in the center of the patch, they're so tiny you can't see them. Nanocrystals reflect off of the light and heat of your body. And when that happens, it elevates copper peptides. And those elevation of the copper peptide turn around and reactivate your own dormant stem cells. I just described something called photobiomodulation, where you use the heat and light of your own body, reflecting off of those crystals and reactivating those dormant stem cells. This is non-transdermal. It doesn't penetrate into your body. Again, this patch is formulated in an FDA registered laboratory, but there are no drugs in it. So therefore, it's not FDA approved. It's just FDA registered, meaning they have examined this. But there's no drugs and chemicals in it, to the extent that professional athletes who, you know, they're not allowed to use anything that's performance enhancing, but yet they love this patch. Even people like Serena Williams, the women's Olympic swim team at Stanford University used this in the Olympics when they were performing. But this is not performance enhancing because there's nothing in it except for some crystals and amino acids. So no drugs or chemicals in it. That's why doctors love it as well. And it's non-invasive, 100% non-invasive. So there's nothing to compete with any medication that you may be taking. But I want to introduce you to the genius that, you know, I told you that nobody could do it, right? But this man, that's why we consider him a genius. He was able to do this. He's up there with Einstein's. I mean, I consider him superior to Einstein, considering what he's done. But let me tell you about David Schmidt, who is the CEO and the inventor of the X39 patch. He has over 180 patents. He's a scientist and inventor specializing in age reversing. And back in 2008, David started focusing his attention on stem cell research, and took him 10 years to develop this patch and $4.5 million to bring it to market. And he was just diligent and persistent, and he did what nobody else has been able to do, and that is develop this X39 patch. Now, see, when he did all those case studies, he did over 80 case studies. And in those case studies, that also allowed him to prove that this works. You see, and so therefore it's patented. When something is patented, it means it has to be proved. So let me read directly from the patent. It says this is a wearable phototherapy or apparatus that produces beneficial effects to the human body, such as the activation of stem cells, improvement in strength, improvement of stamina, pain relief via a non-transdermal container. You guys, this is amazing. So this is patented for the next 15 years. No one else can reproduce it. No one else can market it. That screams opportunity. Now, There are many, many benefits of this patch, as you can see listed on this screen. Too many to numerous. I mean, too numerous to mention, but it's just these are just some of the most common benefits that we hear about. Let me tell you about one I just heard yesterday. You see, there was a person who was always bent over. Just talking about restored muscle and skeletal conditions. This person is always bent over because as you get older, this is what happens, maybe your back, whatever. But now this person is just within 3 days is standing up and walking straight. Okay, that's what we mean. Those are kinds of things that you might hear about with this X39. I already told you what happened with me and my husband with sleep. I mean, both of us, most people notice a significant improvement in their sleep, but you heard what I said about my husband and his, sleeping disorder. Improving skin appearance. Many people with skin conditions, such as vitiligo, this one right here, you may have seen someone that has this condition. There is no cure for vitiligo, but yet after wearing the X39 for 1 year, this man's skin is very smooth. This lady, after wearing the X39 for 3 years, she has no wrinkles. I mean, she looks 20 years younger. So those are some visuals of what we mean with skin appearance. But per those case studies, remember, I told you there were over 80 case studies, and those case studies are listed on thisisatinfo.com. This is probably one of the most valuable places that you can go to understand what we're talking about. This is it, info.com. You're going to have the case studies are there, doctor's reviews, several videos explaining phototherapy. You're going to see all kinds of testimonies, but listen to this. Within the first few days in those case studies, people's genes begin to reset. Over 4,000 genes within the first few days. Within 6 weeks, the brain became balanced. People with issues like PTSD, Alzheimer's, dementia, depression, autism, different things like that. Those are conditions that reflect your brain being unbalanced. I can't tell you how many people I know now who have children who are autistic that some within months, some within weeks, some within years, within a year, they're no longer autistic, no longer diagnosed as autistic. People that had dementia within days. So within 6 weeks, those are the kinds of things you'll start noticing. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. The collagen is what holds your body together, that's probably why it helps with that skeletal condition. It holds your joints, your muscles, your bones, your skin, your hair, everything becomes anything in your body, that collagen is going to be increased because it's depleted as we get older. Within 6 weeks, the heart reverses in age. That is significant. They say that for every 6 months that you wear this patch, your heart reverses by 8 years. Do you realize that we're going to be getting younger and younger and younger? I'm telling you, there's a test called the vascular age test. And I know a lady that took that test after wearing this patch for 2.5 years. She was one of the first people that got a chance to wear it. She happened to live 5 minutes from me though. And she's 73 years old, I believe. And when she took that vascular age test, when she took it, she was 73. They said her heart was age of 30, a 35-year-old woman, but they did not realize that she had been wearing this patch. They said it was something wrong with the equipment. And she says, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with that equipment. I've been wearing this patch for 2.5 years." So that's just how, if you say that's 5 increments of 8 years. 8 times 5 is 40. If she's 73, that's why she's 35 years old. Her heart is 35 years old. This is amazing, you guys. So David Schmidt said this is not anti-aging, it is age reversing. Now, when you go to that site, thisisatinfo.com, I told you you're going to see the case studies, etc. But if you click on testimonies, you're going to see everything from neuropathy, strokes, inflammation, sleep, mental clarity, neuromuscular, heart, everything you can imagine. There's a video following. Clicking on this test, clicking on these links, you're going to see a video that where you can see those testimonies. Okay. So how do you wear this patch? It's very simple. You can literally put it on anywhere in your body. Now, in the case studies, in order to be consistent, they put, group A, they put the patch below the belly button. In group B, they put it behind the neck on the C7 vertebrae. So you only have to wear it 12 hours a day, take it off so the body can repair and rejuvenate. Then you throw the patch away And because you're going to get 30 of them in this beautiful packaging, 30 of these patches, 30. That's enough to last you a month. So you just throw it away, and the next day you put another one on. Here's what's important though. You want to drink plenty of water, because the body needs to be hydrated. It needs to have electrolytes in it. If you have some way of getting electrolytes, Pedialyte or coconut water, something like that, that's going to even give you a better experience with the patches, okay? So if you haven't been patched, I know by the end of this call, you can't wait to start using these patches, okay? Now, here's, or let me do this. Before I do that, I'm going to share a couple of videos, testimonies. I want you to hear this, because this definitely will I'm just talking, but I want you to hear from somebody, a real person, okay? So this is a physician. This is a physician who started wearing the patches. So listen to what she has to say, all right? Wait a minute. I've got to do one more thing before I do this. Okay. Let me play this.
A part in it at first. I was introduced to it about a year ago. I really didn't look into it that much. I was researching a lot of infrared and photo light therapy stuff, but I didn't definitely think this tiny could really have that much power. At first. Boy, was I wrong.
Okay, one second.
But anyhow,
I think I've got this playing twice. 1 second.
I had a few patients that had been using it, and while I was looking over their lab work, I didn't know they were using it, but I thought, this is really crazy. I don't normally see these numbers and these kind of lab results in people that are aging after, I've known these people since 2014. And I started to ask, like, okay, well, what are you guys doing? These patches. So after about the fourth person told me they were using the patches, I was like, I got to start looking into this more. So I started reading all the research and reading all the patents. Pretty dry reading, by the way, but I got through it after a few months, and I actually was going through some really bad stuff myself, because I'd been in a car accident in 2021 where I had suffered a traumatic brain injury, and I had 3 herniated discs in the back of my neck. So I really wasn't wanting to see patients anymore. I was actually kind of really disgusted with the health and medical industry altogether. And I kept asking God to give me some other way I could share my own talent in life. And so these patches kept coming up. So I finally, after did the research, I was really impressed with David's work. I was just blown away with the technology and how he found it. And so I started wearing them. And probably, I guess that was the end of January this year. I had just suffered a really bad migraine attack, which I had been having like every 4 weeks or so. I would be debilitated in bed for 4 days. The only thing that would get me out of it was having a Myers cocktail and a glutathione push and a CoQ10 shot. It was the only thing that ever worked. It was awfully expensive, but that was the only thing that got me back on my feet. So I kept doing that. After about 6 weeks of wearing this patch, though, I had one of my migraines come on. I actually decided to put an extra patch on my forehead or my temple, and I couldn't handle it there, but it ended up on my foot, and I thought, okay, God, whatever. It didn't bother me. I fell asleep, and about 12 hours I woke up, which I didn't normally fall asleep that easy. This was day 1 of me having one of these attacks that kept me in bed for a week at a time. And I woke up and I was like able to keep some food down. And by that afternoon, I was actually at a live music venue feeling like I wanted to do cartwheels because I couldn't believe I was there and it wasn't bothering me. So I was so excited. I'm still getting goosebumps on my head just talking about it, because it was such a 2.5 years of this going on. I had gone through all kinds of other therapies, and while I made progress on other areas of my troubles, I couldn't get through those migraine attacks. So this has been an absolute godsend for me. It's been 5 months since I've had to have an IV. I haven't been in bed with a migraine for any amount of time. I think the worst headache I had, I was in bed for maybe 6 hours one time since then, and that's it. So, I mean, it's been awesome. And I just started sharing it. Obviously, I was like, heck yeah, thank you, God. This is it. This is really it. I kept saying, is this it? And then I get on and I find out my team is called This Is. But my dad was the most amazing, profound experience of all. He had been sent home with congestive heart failure in February. They said that they thought his kidneys and liver were shutting down. He was diabetic. He's been on insulin for 10 years. And so my mom called and said, send me some of those patches you're trying. So I did. That was March 1st. Within a week, his legs and feet, the swelling had all gone down. Within 3 weeks, he'd gone back to that liver kidney specialist where they told him they thought he might need to go get on dialysis. They did some blood work, redid his blood work. They told him, nope, you don't need to come back. Your liver and kidney function's perfect. On week 4, he went back for an echocardiogram of the patch, mind you. And they said all of his heart tissue is fine. No more congestive heart failure. They said, you don't need to come back. We'll see you next year. And then on week 5, when he went back for his regular annual checkup with his regular doctor, they took him off of his insulin. I mean, it's just like amazing. I mean, that just blows me away. Now, of course, I didn't even have any results within the first 6 weeks other than I was sleeping good and my skin's really soft. But it's like, that is insanely amazing. You know, I mean, he's 84 years old. So this is just awesome stuff. And I'm so thankful that I'm able to have something that this is this cool to share with my patients.
Now, I just want to say, you just heard from a physician. Someone just came on a little bit late, and I think we kind of interrupted at the beginning. But to hear a physician say that she experienced some things herself that she could not get over, having to take these expensive glutathione shots, all this kind of stuff to get rid of a brain injury, to help her with a brain injury. And then to say that she kept seeing all these patients kept getting better. She didn't understand they should not have been getting better because they were older. And that's what happens when we get older. And then just hear all those things sound like within about a month of her 83-year-old dad, you know, congestive heart failure, kidney shutdown, liver, all of this, to hear all of this get better within a month of that never happens. So I just wanted you to hear that video because it kind of covers a lot of things. Do you understand? This patch can do anything your body needs. I promise you, if you go to that website, thisisit.info.com, anything you can even imagine, you're going to see. I'll just tell you this real quick. I had a lady on my team who had a migraine headache for 25 years, 5 days a week. They gave her nerve blocks, injections, you name it. And her church member came by and put one of our patches on her neck. And within 2 seconds, the migraine went away. Okay, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. We're talking about a product that has the wow factor that allows you to, you know, share it with other people and they can experience what we're talking about. So I want you to know that LifeWave is a global business opportunity. I want you to put your business hat on because this is not just something that can help you. It's going to help everybody around you. It's going to help all your relatives, your friends, your colleagues, and you're definitely going to share it. I guarantee you, when you start experiencing this, you want to tell everybody. It's going to give you so energized and excited about it, just the way Zelda and Adrian are. They're so excited about this. That's why they wanted you to get on this call. Now, I want to tell you something about LifeWave. This is a global company. We're in over 75 countries, especially people who are in the service and stuff. They know people all over the country. I mean, all over the world. But this company has experienced exponential growth since this X39 came out. The company was waddling up to, 20 million a year. And see, Adrian is in the financial industry, so he understands exponential growth. By the time this patch came out in 2020, it started going uphill. By 2022, we had reached 320 million that year. 2023, 430. And last year in 2024, we exceeded 600 million. And that is unbelievable the way this company is growing. How is this growth possible? It's because we're not talking about a Me Too product. There's companies that specialize in weight loss. Well, Me Too. There's another company with weight loss. What about a company that specializes in skincare? There's another one. Another company specializes in hair care. Guess what? There's no other company that has what we have. We're the only company. Yes, there are companies out there trying to copy us. They have patches, but not one of them. Remember, we are patented. Not one of them have the stem cell reactivation patch where you use your own stem cells. It's one thing depositing something in your body. We're not talking about putting anything into your body. We're talking about using your own stem cells. Once again, we're the only one that has that patent. And our company has experienced exponential growth. We're growing so fast that according to businessforhome.org, they've said in the last 2 years, we've been ranked as the fastest growing, Momentum Growth 1, the fastest growing network marketing company in the world for 2 years in a row. Not only that, we've got the innovation award. Our company is growing, the product we have is so unique, especially in the area of innovation. We've got the #1 award from the DSN 2024 Global Bravo Awards 2 years in a row. This is a founder, David Schmidt. This is the president of the company, Meredith Berkwich. And then here's our leader, Stephen Jenner Merritt. This is the team, the couple that are responsible for helping us grow the way we're doing. Now, let me tell you about our compensation plan, because as you start sharing with people, the company's going to give you a referral fee. I mean, some people call it a referral fee or commission, but you are going to be rewarded every time you share this with a relative, a friend, whoever. And you're going to be excited to do it. So we can't make any promises or guarantees regarding the income. Your success or failure is going to be based on your skills and your personal effort, okay? Now, I'm going to share, I know many of you are saying, how can I get my hands on some of these patches? There's several ways you can get it. One way is if you said you wanted to be a customer, you just want to try it one time. Yes, Adrian and Zelda are glad to allow you to purchase a 30-day supply from them as a customer for $150. That's a one-time purchase. But can you imagine how this 30-day supply is going to change your life? But if you understand what I'm saying to you, it is definitely advised for all of us to wear this patch at least 6 months. See, we're talking about transforming your body. We're talking about replacing the old, dead, dormant cells that are in your body with new cells, like a brand new baby. Don't you want cells like a newborn baby? That's what's going to happen over time as you continue to wear it. You guys, this is no make-believe. This is for real. So if you did that and you said, I just want to be a customer though, but I love the idea of staying on this patch and getting it at the wholesale price, you can do that as well. And it's going to cost you $99.95, about $100 a month, and you'll be a customer as well. If you understand how this is going to change people's lives and you want to be part of this movement, you want to consider getting one of these packages here. The first one is called the Core. The Core is $295. You will get $300 worth of these patches. That's basically just enough for you and your spouse. That's not enough really to share with anybody else. It's because it's only 3 30-day supplies in here. But if you definitely want to earn money, you would consider the advanced pack, and we call that the new business builder pack, $535. But what that allows you to do is get 6 sleeves. You're going to give you a little discount because 6 sleeves would normally be worth $600. So you're going to save $65 when you get this patch. But guess what? That's enough for you to take some of your patches out, put them in a little envelope. We got these envelopes where we put it's a postcard in there that has the benefits on one side of the postcard. On the other side, it talks about where you can get more information. Put it in this envelope and put some patches in there and give them to your friends. And that's what you want to do. Share maybe 3 or 4 with each person that you might have on your list. And guess what? This package is enough for you to share with other people. They're going to come back to you and say, how can I get more? The premium pack is for the serious entrepreneur. That's like Zelda and Adrian. They knew that they had a huge vision. They wanted to help a lot of people. They want to make a lot of money. If you're like that, you may want to consider the premium pack, $1,750. That is going to save you $250 on the value of this, because this is a $2,000 wholesale value. it's really more, if you look at the retail value, it's more than that, but the wholesale value is $2,000. So you're saving $250, or you're paying $87.50 a sleeve. People that are entrepreneurs understand that. That's the package my husband and I came in. So no matter which package you come in, you can always upgrade. You can start out at the core, upgrade to the advanced, or advanced upgrade to the premium, whatever you want to do. But here's what's important. If you say that you want to earn money, you must stay active, meaning you definitely want to get a 30-day supply every 30 days, because if you stay active, you can earn money. If you're not active, you cannot earn money. If you just get one 30-day supply per month, that's going to cost you $99, and it's going to allow you to keep your points. You're going to get points every time people make purchases. But if you get 2 sleeves, you're going to get a chance to max out the comp plan. See, you need 2 sleeves anyway if you're married, because you need one for yourself, you need one for your spouse. If you're not married, you still need 2, because what we do, as I said, we share this with people as we run into people, and you're not going to be able to use your patches and share it with people. So you definitely need 2, no matter which scenario. But you want to max out the comp plan. What I'm about to share with you in a moment is a way to maximize this comp plan in a very sophisticated way. That's the reason you were invited to this call. But let me go through this and tell you how you earn the money. If someone wants to be a customer, you earn $50 because there's a profit there. A preferred customer wants to stay on it every month. They get it at wholesale. You make $20 every single month. This is a one-time sale. This is a residual income coming in. Now, if they purchase one of these packages, you're going to make $35 on the core, $75 on the advanced, and premium $405. Notice each one of these packages have points associated with them. That's money too, okay? Now, you can earn up to $25,000 per week in our compensation plan through our binary commissions. This is the team bonuses. I'm going to show you how that works, okay? So let's just say this is you. You decided you want to get that advanced package because I'm just giving an example. You could get a core, doesn't matter. But if you get one of these packages and then you start sharing it with other people, they decide they want to get a package as well. Some of those people, you're going to put them on your left side because this is a left team and a right team. Some of those people you're going to put on your right side. But in addition to that, some of the people that are going to fall under you that you're going to get paid on may be people that Zelda and Adrian enroll. So if Zelda enrolls somebody and she puts it on her left side and you fall on her left side, they're going to fall under the last person that came in under you. And in all these people that you enroll, they're going to start bringing people in and they're going to fall to the bottom, but you're going to get paid on all of those people to infinity. There's going to be hundreds and thousands of people one day. My husband and I are very fortunate. Now we've got over 7,000 people on our team, and we get paid on every single one of them, no matter where they fall. And that's what can happen. You have to have a long-term vision. You're going to see some numbers in a minute that are going to blow you away. But as people start joining your team, they start earning money too. If you become a manager, which means you only have to have 4 people, 2 people on your left, 2 people on your right, to become a manager, you get to participate in our matching bonuses. This is the most lucrative part of the compensation plan. So you've got unlimited potential. You get infinity residual on the binary, but this is unlimited, what I'm about to share with you. The people you personally share this with, and they start earning money in the binary, you're going to get 25% every time they earn money. Okay, if they start sharing it with people and they fall on your second level, you get 20% of what they earn in the binary. And then the people on your third level, you get 20% as well. There's going to be a bunch of people. Let's say you enrolled 10 people and they enrolled 10, then that's 100 people on your second level. If those 100 enroll 10, that's 1,000 people. You see how easy that can happen? Of course, no one is saying to limit yourself. We're just giving you a scenario. Now, thisisateam.com is where you can get more information on how we earn this money and the compensation plan. I'm just doing a quick overview. But the reason you were selected to come to this call is because Adrian and Zelda said they had some people that they know are very motivated to earn some significant income. Not only that, they had influence. They're self-motivated. They're leaders in the community. They have good organizational skills and stuff like that. And so I want to share with you a way that you can get to some serious, see, you looked at the compensation plan, but I don't think you really have an idea of how much money is in the compensation plan. So I'm going to show that to you. And you were probably told about a script similar to this, where we said that, you know, there's some projections I'm about to share with you that show you how you can get a hold of millions of dollars within the next few months. Okay, and that we are looking for some sharp and motivated people that have strong business acumen like yourself. So if you were invited with that type of script, this is why you're here. Because and we call this the power of six, because in our company, you only, in order to maximize the compensation plan, you have to have at least 6 people that you have personally enrolled. That's it. Now, this chart reflects you going out and sharing this with 6 people, and they agree to do 2. Remember, I told you you can maximize the compensation plan if you get 2 sleeves a month. That's about $200, but you're using that anyway. So 6 sleeves each. That would each time a person has 2 sleeves, that's 154 points times 6 people. So those 6 partners that you partner with are going to generate 924 points every single month. Okay, not a lot of money in the binary right there. But what we want you to do is duplicate. We want you to get those 6 partners within your first 30 days. So for example, what Zelda and Adrian are doing right now are trying to identify 6 people. The right 6 people who are motivated. They already have some. They're not on this call. They're already part of it. But we're looking for some new people to fit this slot. 6 people who are going to turn around and get their own 6 people. Okay. So if you decide, if you partnered here, then we're going to help you get your 6. Now there's 36 people on your, on Zelda's, I'm giving this example of Zelda and Adrian. On their second level, 36 people. Those 36 are going to do the same thing. 2 sleeves a month, 154 points times 36 is going to be 5,544 points, okay, that are generated. As this continues to multiply, everybody's getting their 6. You're not going and getting 36. You're not going and getting 216. You're only getting 6, the right 6 that are going to duplicate this on down. And by the time you get to the 5th level, you are maxing out. Remember, I told you can max out at 25,000 a week in the binary. This money right here, this volume right here reflects the binary of the compensation plan. And when that maxes out, you're making 25,000 a week. The people on your 6th level, it's still a lot of money that came in, but the company is only going to pay you 25,000 of this money. But look how many people you have on your team. Remember, I told you you're going to have thousands of people. Okay, watch this. If you're maxing out the binary every week, you're making 25,000 yourself, right? Remember, you got 6 partners on your first level that are maxing it out as well. This is going to happen over time. When those 6 people max out this 25,000, that means 25% of this is $6,250. Times 6 is $37,500. The people on your second level, they're maxing it out as well. Everybody's going to be maxing this out, you guys, because you're getting the right people. You're getting 20% of that 25,000. That's $5,000 times 36 partners. Now that's 180,000. The people on your third level is the same thing. 5,000 times 216 partners, and that's $1 million a week. This is weekly money I'm talking about. So now I'm talking about $1.32 million a week, or 5.290 per month, millions. And I know that this may seem crazy, but numbers don't lie. So what if you succeeded? We don't know this is going to happen 100%, but what if you did halfway of this correctly? What if you succeeded by 50% and your earnings would be 600 per week? What if you succeeded by 10%? Only 1 out of 10 people did this correctly. Your earnings would still be 132,000 a week. Let me tell you guys, there are many people in our company already making this kind of money. Literally, I'm telling you, I know them personally. So I'm telling you, it's not that it's very, very lucrative, even though the patch only costs $100. So what you got to do is just simple math. These are people that you're going to get your 6 and they're going to get their 6. That's 36. Just multiply these numbers. And when you see that, when you get down here, you're going to be maxing it out, and it's going to happen. This can happen in 6 months if it was done 100% perfectly. But more than likely, it's not going to happen 100%. I just want you to know this is possible, and there are people in our company making this kind of money, you guys. There are many people maxing out the binary at 25,000, and then they've enrolled some people that maxed them out as well. They're there. So listen, what you're going to do next, you're going to select your enrollment pack, decide if you want the core, the advanced, or the premium based on what works for you. The main thing is we want you to make sure you get on that auto ship for 2 sleeves a month. That's if you want to do the accelerated version that I just shared with you, okay? Pick which one you want, and you're going to make your list. You want to look for people just like you, energetic and outgoing. See, this sounds like you. Strong leadership skills, entrepreneurial skills, and you may be a risk taker. If you have MLM experience, that is a plus. If you're self-motivated, all of these are the things that you want, the characteristics that you want to look like, because people that have these types of characteristics are normally successful people. They're successful for a reason. And I like to surround myself with like-minded people, and I hope you do too. So take that list that you've made and reach out to 6 of these people. Now, I'm not saying for you to exclude your parents, your sister, your siblings, I'm not saying eliminate them. Everybody wants to have, reactivated stem cells. We don't want to leave them out, but those are not necessarily the people that you want to partner with to accelerate this. You might bring in 20 people this month, but you still want to find the right 6 that are going to duplicate this. That's what it is. Now, it's important that you start this right away, because while you're excited, while you heard this information, I do have an abbreviated recording of this that's only 14 minutes, and this allows you to review what I said. But it's important to start this right away so that while you're excited, you guys, and this is how you create momentum. This is how I know how I've been able to do it to get all these people on my team, and I'm helping other people as well. Once your prospect, let's say you reach out to somebody and say, yeah, I want to hear more, because that's what the script says. It says, I'm looking for some partners that want to hear about the stem cell technology industry, and I have a project that's projected to generate multiple millions of dollars within the next few months. Is that something you want to hear about? If they say yes, tell them you want to invite them to a call between you and your coach. So the reason you're invited to this call is this reason right here, because you said yes. And that's why you're here tonight. So listen, I want to be the first to invite you to LifeWave. And I want to know that I am a senior presidential director with LifeWave, me and my husband, and we want to see you at the top. And it's going to be the very, very tip top. So please get back with Zelda and Adrian. Let them know which package you want, and let's get you going. Okay, we'll do your private call just like we just did tonight. So thank you so much for your time. Y'all have a wonderful evening.